one of the most inspiring stories that I've heard over the past several years is one of our dear friend whom we call affectionately Margo Fitz. She's Margo Fitzgerald. She's an excellent lyricist who you're going to hear more and more and more of, and how the Lord just allowed her to just bing, he just revealed her. Her story is excellent. How you doing, Margo?
I'm doing well. Jerry, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. You are in Memphis, Tennessee. That's correct, yes?
I am. Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been writing? I know that you've told this story 100 times. If you don't mind, just telling us one more time. 101,000, but
That's
on
correct.
Other podcasts. And so one day, and here's what I'm saying on record, one day we're going to have a full exclusive interview with you, because it's so fascinating every time you're on the call to hear more and more about your background. But you got to give us the Cliff Notes version of what happened.
Okay. Well, I guess first of all, I'm an inspiration to anybody, no matter what their age is, that God's given each of us a gift, and it's His calling as to when that will be revealed. And my calling to write was revealed 2 years ago at a conference in Nashville, a music conference, and the head of the conference made a remark to me, and he took 2 words and he said, "That'd make a great country song." And I thought, I'm going to go home and write. And I wrote, and I looked at it, and I said it was free form. I had no idea what a chorus and pre and bridge and all that was. And I looked at it and I said, what in the world am I supposed to do with this? So I started doing my research, and I found a demo studio in New York, and I sent the lyrics to them, and they put it to music. We decided on the singer, the genre, and all of that. About a month, it came back to me, MP3. I'd never seen an MP3 before. I had no clue what that was. So here it was on an email, and I opened it, and I thought, well, I think I'm going to start crying. I thought, these are my words. So I contacted the guy in Nashville who got me started in all this, and he said, I need to hear that. So I sent it to him, and he said, we need to Zoom. We Zoomed. His secretary was on the Zoom, and he said, that is the best demo I've heard in 20 years from a new songwriter. And he was, and still is, the executive director of the Nashville Songwriters Association, which is big. They've got like 7,000 aspiring songwriters around the world. And I thought, you know what? Okay. And the secretary was going, have you ever written before? Did you write poetry or short stories? And I said, I've never written anything. And Bart said, you know, we need to do something with this. And I said, I'm not coming to Nashville. You know, I can't sing. I can't do the music part. He said, keep writing. So I kept writing. And fortunately, the second song that I wrote won a national award in LA at a contest, and was also, I think has gotten quite a number of streams, and it's been on 4 top 10 platforms online. And that was my second song. So I wrote a total of a huge catalog. I know people will be floored to hear this. I had 7 songs. And I thought, great, what is this about? So on Spotify, through Music X-Ray was another platform where you could submit music and be considered for sync opportunities, etc. There was a fellow on there who was a entertainment attorney in Nashville and also a manager. And he reached out to me. He said, do you have representation? I said, no. He said, you probably need it because you're not here in Nashville. So I signed on with him, and we worked together for about 8 months, and he opened some doors for me to co-write with over in Europe and Sweden and so places like that. And then the song that I collaborated with those guys opened some doors to allow me to write with a label in Nashville. And that got me into a pretty great writing room as well. And when the manager heard it, he said, I really hear, he's a Christian, and he said, I really hear this could be converted with tweaking to a great Christian, a CCM song. And I thought, maybe this is where the Lord is leading me, you know, to write in that genre of music. So that was the catalyst that opened that door to allow me to express what God has laid on my heart to write for Him. So that's been the genesis of my music going forward, has been in that vein of music. So, and then I was fortunate enough to have a label approach me. It's called Infiltrate Records. So I signed with them, and they're going to do the distribution of my music and all of that. So, here I am. I've only been actively really doing this for a year. It's just mind-boggling what all has been, the doors that have been open for me. And, you get in these rooms, and I know you experience this too with these 30-year-olds and all this. And the first guy that I ever met with was a producer. And he said, we normally get information about our people we write with. He said, we didn't get anything about you. And he said, he looked at me, he was so serious. He goes, do you have a phone? I said, you know what I do? I said, it's rotary, but I said, it still works. So he was so mortified by that. He said, no, I didn't. I said, it's okay. And then we had the barista in Nashville at a coffee shop, a graduate of Belmont, songwriter for 10 years. She heard what I was talking about, all this. She came over to me crying. I said, there's something wrong. She goes, you're such an inspiration. I said, it's because I'm 110 and I'm still writing. And she said, oh, no, I don't mean it. I said, it's okay. It is okay. I said, talent cannot be confined to a chronological age. It just can't. I mean, it just really can't. So I feel like I'm a walking testimony to that. I don't know how long the Lord will keep this door open, but I'll keep walking through it until that door closes. So that's where I am.
That's a wonderful story. I appreciate you for telling us that. I know you've told it 1,000 times, but man, it gives us all inspiration. And that's who you are. You were invited by Linda Rain to join our little humble community, and you've brought just a spark of motivation, stick-to-itiveness, and I'll use the word again, inspiration, truly. So we really do thank you. I mean that. But now you can tell... I'm sorry.
I said I've enjoyed it. You all are seasoned pros. You accept the newbies in there and try to counsel and guide them. And that's been huge. That's really been great. So it's a great organization to be affiliated with.
Well, we're learning from each other. That's what's
right.
going on out here. But you got to tell us a little bit about the tune Angels Unaware. Now, was this the first song or the second song that you were talking about when you were sharing your story?
The first song was Finally Free. That was the song that I first wrote that got all the accolades and is still doing well. I think it's on maybe 25 playlists right now on Spotify right now. So it's really touched hearts. It's just amazing what a platform like Stage Dive and Spotify can do. They can basically put your music out there and you have no idea who's listening. And the beauty of my music has been that it's on secular playlists. So therefore, I know that many people may not know the Lord and they're listening to the music. One song that I did not submit to you called Not Guilty has been played, I think, on the demographics I looked at on Spotify in 152 countries. And I think that is just overwhelming how, the Lord's going to use that music. So Finally Free was the first song I wrote. And then the second song is Each Day. These are all lyric videos on my website, margofitzlyricist.com. And that has a lyric video to it. And that's about realizing that each day is a gift and we don't know if we're promised the next day. So that's another song. This song that I've given you to play, Angels Unaware, is the third song that I wrote. And I think I had been guilty as I wrote the narrative on my platform about why did I write this. I guess maybe like a lot of people, when I look, I think it's Hebrews 13:2, be careful of the people that you're entertaining because you could be entertaining angels unaware. And I thought, when I pull up at a red light and hear some people begging next to me for handouts and I look straight ahead, hands clenched on the steering wheel, making sure the car is locked. And then I go away and I think, was that really somebody in need or was God just kind of putting that person out there? And I was really touched years ago by a former pastor that I had. And he said he was part of the Southern Baptist Convention in Nashville, the headquarters. He said he went to a convenience store, two men outside the store asking for a handout, and he just walked past them. He felt so convicted in that store that he ran out of that store to give them money and they were gone. Nobody knew where they went. And he's the one who planted that seed in me, like, were they really in need or was God just saying, you know what, you gotta walk it too. You just can't talk it.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I got to confess to you because you had played this for us in one of our sessions that we had. Can't remember which one, but I was waiting on an important phone call. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at myself, but I really did repent because I was waiting on an important phone call. And then usually my iPhone will tell me if it's a telemarketer or whatever, but it did not inform me. So I'm thinking the person that's supposed to call me at this time, boom, it's a telemarketer, and she goes into her spiel, and I say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, and I just hang up because I want to be ready for the call. And your song came to my mind. I'm like, dear Lord. So I'm telling you, so that's convicting.
Was it an angel of the 21st century calling you on a wireless cell and you hung right up on her? I know.
As a telemarketer, I mean, so. Wow.
I know. A lot of people have reached out to me and they said, whoo, that song has really convicted me, to look at people who are less fortunate than we are in another set of eyes on that, that we're all made equal in God's eyes. So that's where that song originated. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, we're so grateful that you're part of the EntreMusician community, and we're going to put on this beautiful song for people to enjoy. And again, this won't be your last time on the Monday Music Corner or on the EntreMusician, because we got to do a full-fledged interview with you so people can learn more. Thank you, dear heart. Appreciate
Thank you, Jerry. Very much.
God bless.
Thanks for having me.
I wish I didn't have to walk by that man on the corner. I always feel bothered when he raises his sign, and I hold my purse a little tighter. No, he's not gonna get anything of mine. No eye contact, look straight ahead. Almost tripped on his makeshift bed. I wonder if he actually slept. Didn't see him as he silently wept. Lord, when did I see you? Are there angels unaware? Was that man on the corner one just weeping and standing there, just standing there? Why was he crying? Was he hungry or cold? Or did he weep for humanity that's lost its soul? Why didn't I remove the scales from my eyes? It should have been me, so ashamed that I cried. You said we're made in your image, and everyone has value and worth in what we do for the least of these. We have done for you on this earth. Lord, when did I see you? Are there angels unaware? Was that man on the corner one just weeping and standing there, just standing there? Forgive me, Lord, for my lack of compassion. Convict me of my wrongful ways. Help me show your love to everyone I meet. I wanna live for you for the rest of my days. Lord,